Okay, welcome back, friends, at another session of Thinking on Destiny. We are in the process of learning how the re-existence is happening. So, and the various concepts in the re-existence. Before we go further, to dwell into the knowledge what Percival is giving to us, let us meditate on the consciousness of Percival for a few minutes, and then we can let his wisdom flow to every one of us. Please sit in a meditative posture, cross your legs, clasp your hands, and close your eyes. Please observe your in-breath and out-breath. Please place your hands and your eyes for a few seconds and open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. Before we go further in today's session, let us recap what we learned in the last session. Over to you, Balagari.
Thank you, Prasanna. So last week in section 12, we covered the predetermined body, physical body features, that is physical, and heredity, and the limitations, mundane occupations, and the diseases. So physical body features for the next life, the features and the strength for the next life determined at the time of the death. The four elementals from lines, they form the lines on the breath form at the time of the conception, which has the physical features and the ability to recover from the disease. So those are the lines predetermined. The seed cell of the father and the soil cell of mother carry the heredity features, which carries on the breath form. Strong personalities diverge from the parent features habits. Sense organs, the organ units, and the four kinds of link units in each cell are identical from the former body. Thinking changes the features gradually during the life. Physical parents may be or may not be same for an ordinary person in the next life. Physical features does not change much for several lives for a normal person. That's what he says. Inherent manners like respect for oneself and one's speech and conduct towards others is predestined and shows the development of the doer portion. Native manners is a result of thinking in favor or opposite to the light of intelligence. Native predestined manners depends on family surroundings, mainly the occupation. He talks about the occupation. Mundane occupation is predestined, that is determined before the life. He or she rebels in occupation when past life thinking or make a change when the past life thinking forces them to. That's what happens. Occupations are superficial. They lead the doer outward. Occupations are of four classes. That is, they are the labor, trader, learning, and the knowledge. They change with the conditions of the times, because over the times, because the technology changes, and they also change occupations. The changes in occupation goes on when the inventions are made. Some occupations need more physical labor, some need mental, some work very hard, some have more leisure. Some take risks in their jobs. The purpose of every occupation is training of the doer. It does not matter what occupation one has are successful or not. Human in undeveloped state can think what occupation is best for him. So his thinker leads the doer to the occupation which suits him and his purpose. Through his occupation, he faces rewards and punishments. Everyone has always a margin of leisure. Using his free will, doer can use his leisure time wisely other than his occupation time. Occupations only educate senses, and they develop skill and endurance of the body and compel some thinking. Here, doer works only with the external world in the occupation. They do not tell anything about the self or knowledge of the conscious self in the body. Diseases. Certain diseases are predestined from the past life. Certain hereditary diseases come without apparent cause. Sometimes unexpected injuries and infections happen because of the signature on the breath form. Many diseases afflict a person because of his thoughts, which stimulates the breath form to form the lines. Chief events in life are also predestined because of their past wishes. Among them are education, ignorance, marriage, children, friends, enemies, poverty, riches, honor, disgrace, travel, adventures, injuries, escape. These are all, predetermined, he says. The human centered around a false I which covered the real self. Universal law pushes the doer with new thoughts and events to meet the forces and to deal with them. That is how the universal law pushes the doer. Once the thoughts have exteriorized, they are destined, whether past life or this life. Past life desires come from realms of the atmospheres and portions of the triune self that are not in contact with the body. Some destiny, tangible or intangible, one has to face in life. Example, taking birth in certain family, religion, nation. Some of them can be overcome by clarity thinking and determination, with acceptance, honesty, and persistent positive thinking. They can overcome some of the destiny consequences because of this. Human destiny depends upon two classes of thoughts. One is past life, one is present life. We, in number one, in the past life, we do not have the memory of the past life thoughts or events. But in the present life, we remember persons, places, and the events. Present life thoughts can weaken or strengthen the cyclic thoughts, which can hasten or delay exteriorization. The new positive thoughts can erase old bonds and form the new ones, and reclaim the light from the nature, from also from the light of intelligence. Once the doer uses the loaned light to legitimate uses, it is returned, and sooner he learns from it. This light will enlighten him. Then he sees the marvelous wonders of life, like plant life, atomic marvels of the nature. The reclaimed light shows him the right destiny. That's what I have. I summarized.
Thank you. Thank you, Balagaru, for a quick summary. And now in this section, in the next section, we will see how the life, there is a life between the existences, right? So when we came here, we have fulfilled our life, whatever the thing that we have done, and we have gone. And we are again re-existing. That's the whole chapter is about. But this leaving the body and again taking the body, there is a gap. So what is the time between those existence? How and when one can come back to this one? And what about the heavenly bodies? Heavenly bodies, in the sense, in between the time, they will have heavenly bodies, right? They will not have these physical gross bodies. So what is that time? Again, how much time that the heavenly bodies that they can have? Why people fit into the ages in which they live? Suppose because I live in this era, so whenever I want to come, right, again, maybe this era or a development of this era, I would like to come back. I don't want to go. Suppose if I am not coming back in a few thousands of years, it will be very hard for my soul to come back and adjust with it. So why people will fit into the age in which they live on the earth? Live in the means they live on the earth. So that's what we are going to discuss now. The time between the existence is always varies. You cannot tell that. Depends on your thoughts, because destiny, your thinking is your destiny, depends on your thoughts, depends on your deeds. This time may vary. Before that doer portion re-existing again, what should be happen? Suppose I have so much attachments with you all. Let us take. I have so much attachments with you all. I wanted to be with you again and again in the next coming life also. So that kind of attachment, or with my family, I have some kind of attachment. So whenever we have that kind of attachment, what will happen is it will take some time to come back onto this earth planet, because these people, whomever I wanted to have an attachment, had an attachment and want to spend time again, then what will happen? I have to wait until all these people re-existence in this earth again. So they need to exit, and then again they need to re-exist, right? So in that case, so they will be waiting for the order, because all of these people has to come to the order, right? So many factors, it is not only that, many factors varies, influences when you will be returning to this ground again. These periods may be varying from within hundreds years to within few years to 100 years to thousands and thousands of years of the physical time also it will be having it. These existence depends on the physical time. That depends on this physical time can place only the coincidence. So coincidence or whatever that the consciousness has to, suppose you ask for few souls to be there in your life again. So when those souls has to be there, then only you can come. Otherwise, you will not be able to come. Okay, sorry. Just give me a minute. You can only come only when those souls are re-existing again. Something happened. So when you have like a 5-6 souls, or you have some hundreds of souls, or you want, suppose if as a soul, if you are thinking like I wanted to live in, you have an ideal government. So you didn't like this government at all. And you have an ideal government that should be framed. So everybody should be equal. Everybody should be given an equal opportunity. Something like that. You have some ideas in your thinking. So only in that ideal world you wanted to live. That is your, let us take, that is your idea. Suppose in that case, what will happen? You have to wait until that ideal government comes into the place. So in that case, you may not able to come again soon because you wanted to come, right? You wanted to see that kind of government. So when you wanted to see that kind of government, you may have to wait again and again. And some of the souls, what will happen is when they go, this is what is happening, right? When you actually going there, what is happening? You are able to sorry. Okay. Okay. So when you are able to come, right, when you wanted to come again, these things should be existing, or these conditions should be existing. Then only you will be able to come back. So existing are just another unit, right? Existings are again events. But what is the time? Is that the physical time is same as the time in the other cases also? In other worlds also? No. The physical time is only the time which is limited to the physical plane. Because these time, how it is actually changing according to the masses, how the mass is changing according to the sun, moon, and all these, based on these things, right? Then only the time is changing. This time factor is different from each plane. The physical time is different from the other. As the physical time is a common ground for the coincidence for all of us, because we are measuring with the help of the sun, moon, all those things we are measuring. So that's how you are getting day and night, seasons, all those things, right? The earth time is based on the measuring based on that. Okay, that's why it is happening in this way. Suppose there is a soul who went who went above, and when the reel was happening, when the reel means whatever the existences that you that you have done, right? When that particular reel is happening, some of the souls will be very hasty. Thinking hastiness, oh my God, I have done all these things, I need to go and correct back. Okay, so with that thing, so some souls will come very soon to this earth planet. So those souls which are coming very soon, what he is saying is they will not have enough energy. Okay, the enough energy is only when you take rest. Suppose when we are sleeping well, right? What is happening when you are sleeping well? Then only you are able to, or next day you are able to work well, isn't it? Similarly, when the soul went up, it has to take sufficient rest in the sleep period. So because the soul is sleeping for a while, right? So that sleep period, it has to take sufficient rest. When that sufficient rest is not there, when it is coming back onto this earth planet, so this soul may not have the enough energy, may not be able to evolve it. So whatever the mistakes that it has done in the previous life, it may do again, because it doesn't evolve anything, it doesn't learn anything, it doesn't charge itself, the soul doesn't charge itself. So these are the cases it might happen in some of the souls cases. Okay. So in all these cases, so again, what you understand, whatever is you are thinking, so your destiny is based upon these things. Your destiny, when you are going to come, is based on these things. All human beings know nothing about time. That's what he's saying. What we know is only how your conscious experience is there, how the mass of the units are changing, sun and moon and earth, and in respect to the relations. So they are represented by the calendar, by means of whatever the human beings, right? They are represented by the calendar, and these masses are the units such as day, night, month, year, something like that. In the calendar, you are representing only that particular time only we get to know. We don't know the other time part. Man uses this changing natural phenomena as a time. because seasons are changing, right? So that we say it's spring, it's a fall, and a natural phenomena, whatever it is changing, that is what we are saying. So in this spring season, we can put the we can sow the some seeds, sowing, reaping, then waking, then sleeping, past, future, present, near, far. All these things are all the human physical time only. This is the perception. This time depends upon our four senses. It all depends on four senses, principally our sight, what we are seeing, right? That with that physical body, that only you are measuring this time. His perception of the time is limited to the outermost phenomena which occur the common ground. What time? Because the time of the, suppose sun is coming, then it is a day. If sun is not coming, then it is the night. So we are perceiving with the help of the common grounds like a sun, moon, and earth. So based on that, we are actually taking that as a seasons or a time. But the four kinds of the nature time are the time in the light world. There are the other what are the other world? Light world, we have a light time. The life world, we have a lifetime, and form world, we have a form time. These are the four: physical world, physical time; light world, light time; form world, form time; and form and life world, lifetime. So these are all the different times that we have mankind, but all these times that the mankind may not be perceived. Man can perceive only the physical plane. In each world, the units and masses of the units are different. So in the life world, the units and masses are different. Suppose if you take in a earth, whatever the gravity you have, you don't have in the moon, right? That we know. Moon, the gravity is totally different. So that's why whenever people are going to the moon, they have to be equipped in it differently. Similarly, when we are going to the different world, these masses changes are different. They are differently measured. So the time will be different. What appears as the sun is the airy layer of the physical plane of the physical world. This is the airy layer of the physical world and focuses matter, which comes into the fairy, airy, watery, earthy layers upon into the earthy layer. So these are all the layers that you are actually happening, right? So in your physical body, this is a gross layer, whatever the physical body. The air that you are having, this airy layer. So the watery layer. So you have the watery layer in yourself. So this precipitates the fourfold matter with the aid of the moon to the outer earth crust. So with the help of the moon, the outer earth crust, these are all the precipitating. The moon is a fluid solid. It is not as a solid like earth. So moon is a fluid solid and a watery body. It screens, filters, magnetizes, demagnetizes, modifies, adjusts the matter, because it is all doing adjust the matter from the sun to earth crust, from the earth to sun crust. So all these things are happening. These two dominant masses affect the units of masses of the physical plane. Earth and sun is the dominant masses that is affecting the time or the anything that is in the physical plane. If one day if the sun is not there, the earth, there will be so many changes. We know, right? Because when the winter, the sun is very less, and when we are feeling cold, all our plants are dying. So there's so much is happening when the sun is not actually in sync. The sun works with the, so coming to the body, right? So this is also we already learned. The sun works with which part of which part? Can anyone remember? Sun works on.
It's a light world, right?
Light world. So it works on which body parts?
Okay.
Heart and lungs. That's the main thing, right? Heart and lungs. So those are the sun works. The moon works on kidneys and adrenals. So moon is on feelings, kidneys and adrenals. The earth works on sex organs. Okay. All through the breath. All these things, how they are happening all through the breath. All units are affected on that plane by sun, moon, and earth. So these are the things that is affecting. The physical plane is affected by these three. How the masses are changing with the help of sun, moon, and earth, that is only is happening. There is a no sun, no moon, no earth in the form world. Because it's a physical world, you have all these things. But in the form world, you don't have all these things. So, form world or in the life world or in the light world, you don't have all these things. So, the stars are not there in the form world. But on the borders, and they marks the perceptual physical world, right? We have all these things. So in this case of the light world, form world, and life world, the time is different. Time on the other worlds cannot be measured by masses of the physical world. How the mass is changing in the physical world, that we are actually doing. But other worlds we cannot. But there is a dominant units and masses of units that other worlds can make the form time, lifetime, and light time. The light time is only on the physical plane of the light world. There are the relations and even analogies between the physical time and various subdivisions of the time and other planes of the physical world. There are divisions. So what are those divisions? Again, those divisions are with our 4 senses and 4 these things only. These may be subdivisions that exist. What is the subdivisions of physical plane, life plane, and these things? During an existence, right? When during an existence, various subdivisions and the times will coincide. So when we are actually re-existing, so this time, matter, life, all these things should coincide. So the time, space, and all, everything, it has to be coincided, then only these things will re-existence. When the doer in the body, when we are in the doer in the body, conscious of the physical plane. So you are conscious of the physical plane. As a human, he measures all the things by the physical time, by the sun, moon, and earth. Because everything I felt, 2 months back, I went there. I was there in India for 2 months back. I went to there for Egypt for like 2 years back. So all these things I'm just measuring with the help of the physical time only. We are doing it. When you cut off this physical plane, right? When you cut off your ties with the physical body, then you sleep or death. So that one you are cutting off from the physical plane. You are no more in the physical plane. So you continually experience the nature time. Nature time you experience but solely on the physical time only you will experience. Then you can experience the time also as at earth time, water time, air time, fire time on the form, life, and light worlds. So initially, because as we know in the astral world, as long as you feel that you are in this one, right, what will happen is you will still feel all these things. But later you are going to experience the lifetime, air time, fire time, and water time as a life, form world, life world, and light world. So with these times, you will be able to experience other times also when you will leave this body. Because as long as you are with the body, you will be with the physical time. Thoughts, desires, and breath forms are the factors which takes place. The sun, moon, and earth are means of measuring. See, your thoughts are also influencing by the sun, moon, and the earth. That we know. It's so depressing weather. We call it as, if you go to that upper states near Canada, Rochester, all those things, you will say, oh, it's a very depressing state. 6 months, you won't even able to see the sun. See, if the sun is not there, we are not even able to activate our things. So that much these things are affecting us. Similarly, when the Paurnami comes, it can be taken in 2 ways. One is the Paurnami energies are so good. If you are in the path of meditation and all those things, you can take that energies because the moon is coming very near to the earth. And if you are so agitated or something like that, when the moon is coming near to the earth, that energy will agitate you more. That energy will agitate you more, and you will be taking that kind of energies also, because all your mood is depending upon, all your feelings are depending upon sun, moon, and earth that is measuring in the physical units. The human perceives the nature time through 4 senses. How this nature time is perceiving? Through your 4 senses. After the death, as long as the senses and breath form are with them, he will be able to perceive that physical nature time, some of the weight. But there is no time for triune self. As a thinker and as a knower, there is no time. But there is only the time for the doer in the triune self. Triune self means doer, thinker, knower, right? Thinker and knower, you don't have the time. But the doer, as long as it is embedded with the body, then it is embedded, and the changes in the doer well embedded, measured by the time. But here, when you go upright, when you go up to the other world, what he is saying, you are measured by, oh, this Prasanna has lived 70 years or 80 years in the earth. That is not the one that they will measure. They will measure by your accomplishment. How much you accomplish. Suppose I got like 10 tasks. When I'm coming to this Earth planet, I took 10 tasks. I will do these 10 tasks and come back. That's what I took it. That's what my soul plan was written. So I came here, I forgot everything. Okay. And I did something else. Then when I go back, so those 10 tasks, I shouldn't achieve anything. Suppose in those 10 tasks, somehow the people came and reminded me saying that, oh, you came for this purpose, or you just go and search your purpose and do that whenever you have done it, then you may be doing like 5 or 6 or sometimes even 10. Okay. When you have completed your thing, then you go back. Oh, she achieved, accomplished. So you are measured by your accomplishments, how much things that you have done in this Earth planet, how much you learn from the Earth planet. So that's how the time will be measured. Events in the doer, right? During events, whatever that events in the doer bring about is an accomplishment. This accomplishment is a result of changes in the doer. How much you change. That's why every thing we say, right? Experience sharing. As soon as we say the meditation experience sharing, people will say, oh, I went there, I came here, I saw that, I saw. This is all not the experience. This you might be imagining, or you may be having some things in your subconscious mind, and you may be able to see or visualize because it is already there in your mind. So what is there in your subconscious mind may be bringing up. What is exactly the meditation should bring you into the life is, are you actually following in your life? Whatever the principles you learned, are you able to evolve into your life? Are you able, suppose suppose somebody did some bad to me, so I'm getting immediately anger sometime back. But after meditation, if I'm able to, I should become resilient. Okay, that is his nature, or his or her nature. He or she behaved according to her nature. Why should I get angry? Why should I took it onto myself? Why should I took it on my body? So whenever you did that, in that case, you are evolved. So you changed. You have changed as a doer. You evolved as a doer. That is an accomplishment. By just doing a meditation for 1 hour or 2 hours, if nothing changes in your life, there's no use of this meditation. Okay. The meditation use only when you are actually able to implement in your life, when you are able to evolve, when you are able to more resilient in your life. That accomplishment, whenever you get, you will be able to do. It may not be only with the meditation. Some people may get with the life experiences also, that resilience will come. That is also an accomplishment. Why we are all asked to go to the meditation? Because we are forgetting what is the purpose of our life. So this meditation should lead you to find out what is the purpose and go according to that. Then you will be able to achieve whatever the accomplishment that is measured by the other worlds, right? Those changes, you will be able to do it. So the thinker and knower are unaffected. Those people are unaffected by this doer and changes, because they know. Knower means they know the light of intelligence and they know everything. But as a doer, when you come into the path, then the problem is coming. So these are the factors that you have to. Somebody is waiting. Okay. These are the factors that you need to remember it. They bring these changes. So changes by their attitude towards the nature through use of the 3 minds. So you have to use your 3 minds: body mind, feeling mind, and desire mind, right? Using these 3 minds, you have to experience in this lifetime. When you are experiencing that, your attitude, is it changed? Your attitude, is it changed? Suppose whenever I'm becoming the mindful, so when I'm throwing something, so I should be mindful. Oh, I am taking so much from the nature. I may not able to do much I may not able to give much back to this nature, but at least let me not spoil it. Let me not spoil it. Let me not use more paper towels or paper things. Let me use less, so that one tree can be saved. Okay. Let me use the less water. Unnecessarily, I should not open the tap and do it. Let me use the less water. Let me not spoil our earth with so much fertilizers and all. Let me do prepare my compost from my vegetables and keep it. So these are all the things. So you are evolving. So you are in that consciousness, you are in that mindfulness. Oh, I'm taking something from the Panchabhutas or whatever these things, and I have to give back. If I'm not able to give back, at least I need to preserve it as it is. So that kind of mindset, when you change, right, what is happening? You are evolved. That's the accomplishment. So this existing doer portion has evolved. So that evolvement will go to the next life also. Whatever that evolvement, you may leave your college degree, you may leave your properties, your house, car, and everything. But whatever the actions that you do, right, whatever the evolvement that you have done will be carrying to the next life. That we are also. So that is where you have to, what he is saying is that desire, as a doer, you have that desire to do something. That desire, if you can use it as to learn self-knowledge. Self-knowledge. So here self-knowledge means, as Ramana Maharshi said, who am I? Why I came to this earth planet? What is my purpose? So learn that. When you are learning that, instead of having a desire for properties, desire for sex, desire for something else, have the desire for self-knowledge. In that case, your soul will be evolving. Otherwise, you are having a lot of desires for so many things. You bought a new house, you bought a new car, you are going every weekend parties, and you are not at all learning what is your purpose, and you are not evolving. So whatever that you are simply wasting your life, and you will be coming back again with the same thing, no accomplishments. Do you want to do that? Whenever we go to the 10th class, we want to go to the 11th grade. We don't want to be in the 10th grade, right? Again and again, we don't want to fail and sit. When you are thinking of in this 70, 80 periods of short lifetime, when you don't want to fail and sit back, how do you want to fail and sit back in the same kind of thing again? Why do you want to come back again and again in this earth? You want to evolve. You want to come as a better person. So it is always the time, the free will. Just now, I forgot. Just now we have revised in the Balagaru revised our session, right? So when we are revising, so she mentioned there is always a time after our duties. There is always a time. When that time we have to use it as a free will and learn the self-knowledge.
Yeah, the leisure time.
The leisure time, yes. The leisure time, you need to use it, right? So that in that way, you can get some accomplishment. During the period of the time, like the 4 kinds of the nature time are arranged to coincide with your accomplishments. That is the result in the doer produced in the last earth life. Last earth life, whatever that you have done, it is going to show you. And then what is that? It will coincide. Okay, you came to this. When you leave this body, you went to this earth by taking these 10 things. You did it, you didn't do it. You did partially or you didn't do anything. So this is the thing. So it will show you all the things. Before re-existing is taking place, various subdivisions of the nature time other than the physical time must coincide. Again, so other than this physical time, all other time also, lifetime, life time and all those things, right? That has to be coincide. Otherwise, you will not be able to get it, isn't it? Accomplishment all together must coincide the physical time, the place and condition. All the place and that is what you're thinking. Suppose you went with nothing. I don't have any attachments. I have done my duty. I have raised my kids very well. As a wife, I have done my responsibilities. As a daughter, I took care of my parents. I don't have any attachments. I did my duty well. I don't want to live with this person again or something else. So what will happen when you go with the clean thing? Nothing. You don't have anything. You don't have like, I want to become the celebrity. I want to become a cinema star. I want to become a model. I want to become an IAS officer. This kind of things. Whenever you are thinking all these things, you have to wait for that particular time. Isn't it? So you need to go to that particular time, because those time and conditions, that time only you have to come back. But when you don't have anything, so your soul will just check on this, whatever that you have evolved. So then it will also, it can take a free, it can learn the things. But the thing is, in the astral world, there are so many teachers and so many people, they will all teach. But the thing is, you cannot implement anything there. You can only learn. The implementation part, you should come only to this earth planet. So you have to come here. So you may be designing, you may be learning some things, you may be designing your life should be like this and all, and then with the proper conditions when they met, you can come back. So when you don't have anything, you want to evolve more. Let us take, you want to evolve more, you want to understand the more soul knowledge, self knowledge, you wanted to finish off all the things. So whenever you're coming, you wanted to come to a family where there is a spiritual orientation. Okay, so straight go on spiritual oriented parents, whoever it is there, you will go and did. You don't have any other strings. But if you have the strings like I want to take care of my son again. Okay, that son also should finish his life and come back. Then only you can born. Or you have to born and then son. So all these coincidences. So whenever you are doing it, right, all these things, if you are thinking more, you may take more time, and because all these coincidences, you need to wait. It must be possible to continue this alignment with the time throughout your life of the physical body, because whatever that you wanted, right, all these things should be aligned. The coincidence of the various times other than physical time takes place. Human works out after the death states what he passed through. When he is passing through, he will be able to understand like what are the other states and all. That eternity or heaven, right? Whatever there, heaven or hell, he will be there. That blissful sleep. After that, he will be staying in a blissful sleep for a while. When this blissful sleep when one has done, then with the more energy, he will be coming back. Otherwise, if you come, then it's a problem. The condition, place, and everything is predestined, and the doer portion re-exists. So do not blame anything. Oh, why in the world I born in this family? Why in the world I married to this guy? Nothing, because these are all predestined. You as a soul, you have taken that decision and you wanted to go into that family because you have something to learn or something to give or some karmic relation is there. That's why you came. You already decided that. So these synchronicities are synchronizing different times has happened with your wish only, with your accomplishments only. Your thinker and your knower has guided you. When you are there, the triune self part of the knower and thinker has guided you. And then after your heaven and hell portion is done, right? So these people has guided, this portion of the thinker portion and knower portion guided you, then only you came here. How it is the most people seem fit in the right into the age. That is the last part. How the right into the age. Some people, they came exactly like right into the age. Because I dreamt of something. I dreamt of a very ideal government, and that should be there, this should be there. I have so many ideas now. But in this lifetime, it has not happened. So I'm dreaming that kind of world, because that is the destiny that I'm actually, by thinking, I'm forming that destiny. So when I will come back, when that particular conditions are happening on the Earth planet, I will be back. Because that is what I destined, right? Because when that is what I destined, so only at that time, people will think, hey, exactly right time, this kind of people came. It's not exactly, they have all the ideas before. So then only they came into this with those ideas only. Therefore, human does not come in the recent past or locality to fit in the present time. Sometimes you may not come. Suppose I born in India, I came to US and all, I have learned all these things. What are the things? So next time I don't want to come here because I already learned the things, unless and until I have some feelings. Oh, I bought the 2 homes here, 3 homes here. I have some kind of affinity, right? Some things, if you wanted to come back with those same kinds of people and want to see, this is a different thing. This is again the attachment. Unless and until you have that, you may come born in the same kind of people. Otherwise, you will not born. Because you wanted to, as a soul, it want to evolve into the different. So they may want to use the different kinds of language. They wanted to use extraordinary sciences they wanted to learn. So in this one, oh, I don't like computer science. I wanted to do something in the research area. These are my thoughts are going, right? I have a bigger idea. So when that particular thing is fitting, right, with that extraordinary capacity, I will be born in the right family so that I can exhibit my qualities. So no, there is no awkwardness, no ignorant signs when the doer portion was a deficit during the previous existence. So when you are not having enough things, right? So there will be deficit. So there is no awkwardness, because some of the people make when they come longer periods of time, so they may not be able to, because they have to come to the whatever that existing that they have learned, right? Suppose if they come back without having that knowledge, so it may be some awkwardness, but you need not feel, because that's how you choose to come. Nothing in the way of attainment or an absence of attainment is a proof to indication that human had or had not powers in the past. There is nothing. There is no way that you can, he has a powers in the future or he has not having the powers, right? The capacities that a human, the capacities of the human being upon the three minds, right? That
feeling, desire,
desire mind, feeling mind, body mind, right? So these kinds, there's what is that past? They have the control over these minds or not, or they have lost the control. You cannot. That is the difference, because that life is over. Only thing is outcome, what you have will be there, but that will not be influencing in this lifetime. That's what the world in which the human beings of the doer live is the play of shadows and illusions. Wherever the doers are there, that's why Maya we call, right? So they are the play of shadows and illusions. So which they have been going through millions of years. They are in this world. Millions of years they are living in this illusion only. This play, this is the play of this is the triune self play. Here it is coming, right? There is no time for the triune self. But even though we learn all these languages, all this knowledge, but still we are not able to recognize that you and me came from the same supreme consciousness. I am not different from Sirisha, or I am not different from whoever it is there in the class. We are all the same. We are all the same. Then you may ask why somebody is teaching, why somebody is listening, because this is all our play. When we met there in this lifetime, even if I am not interested in reading books, you read and tell me. This is our condition, this is our things. So that's how we all designed our life. So that's why we came here. So there's nothing like one is great and one is not, or anything. So you read this book, I read this book, we will be able to communicate and we will be able to evolve in this lifetime. That's how our plan is designed. So we came. So this is all illusionary things that is happening to the triune self with the time. Okay. Next comes to the, we have 10 more minutes. Next comes to the everything after death is destiny. After the death, there's nothing that is, because after death is only whatever that you are thinking is only it's coming, right? So everything after the death is only the destiny. Okay. Classic, what is the classic hell? Re-existence in nation groups, centers of succeeding civilizations like Greece, Egypt, India, these civilizations, how they are happening, that he is explaining in the next topic. Everything in the after the death is complete destiny. Human cannot determine what will happen after death. He cannot determine, because how your thinking is there in your earth planet, how much you evolved here in this earth. Suppose in the earth planet, you have always happily enjoying partying, enjoying doing dances and everything, and you suddenly you died and you went astral plane. There are so many artists are there, so much art is there, so much of music is there, so much of things are going on. But do you think your mind will go there? Oh, it's a free now. I need not earn the money and can give, so I can go and learn the artwork. Do you feel that you can go? You cannot go, because your mind was so used with engrossed with all these things. You will not be, even though it's not about the free or not, right? Your mindset, whatever that you have done on the earth planet, based on that only your destiny is happening. So lessons are given to him. So there will be some lessons will be given to him there, but he cannot use those lessons. You cannot use those lessons until you come back and live in the flesh body in the earth. Then only you can use those lessons. Because even if you take some lessons there, the lessons were given, oh, you wasted the lifetime, you have to do this, you have to do this. Some lessons were given by your higher selves. Okay, higher selves or higher masters, some lessons were given. But can you use there? You cannot use there. You have to come to the flesh body in order to use. The reason is, He cannot control anything after the death. One cannot control anything after the death. The choice or free will is there only on the ground, only on the earth. After the death, human is subject to illusions as he was in the life, because whatever you think in the life, you are in that illusion only. You are not actually something different. You will be taking, if you read the soul's journey, he will say you cannot taste wine there unless and until you know the wine taste when you are in the ground. Because there wine means wine will come. How the taste will come? Only if you know with the senses in the earth, then only. So similarly, anything you can experience there only if you think about it here. Whether you experience it or not, when you think about it here, that you can experience there. Or you can take the lessons there and all. But again, to implement, you have to come to this earth planet. If the life he cannot see anything as it is. In life he cannot see any. He sees everything as a mass together and sees no thing by itself. Therefore, he sees things that are temporary and permanent. Temporary as a permanent. So he is thinking the things as a temporary as a permanent. We are also thinking, right? This is my house, this is my kids, this is my husband, this is my thing, blah, blah, blah. We are thinking. This is all temporary. They are not permanent. But with our illusions, we are thinking these are all permanent. We see only the outside things, but we are not seeing the things in themselves. What is this? They are all coming from the same consciousness. They are nothing new or nothing different. He cannot see the changes that are happening. He cannot distinguish himself from the nature. Himself is different from the nature, or that part. He cannot distinguish himself also, because I'm not able to distinguish myself coming from the great supreme consciousness. I say Sri Krishna is the Lord and I will bow to him. But I'm not able to recognize this consciousness is also came from Sri Krishna. If Sri Krishna is having that much knowledge as a knower, I also have that knowledge. But I'm thinking I am the body, I am the doer, I'm not going there. That's why the problem. He fears. You fears to let go. So you fears everybody is the same, means they may take my money, they may take my things, belongings. You think because you are thinking with your four senses. You are connecting with your four senses. That is why you are depending on impermanent nature. You are not depending on the permanent nature, ever-changing, impermanent nature you are depending on. You are mistaken with your identity. You are mistaken. I am Prasanna, I am so-and-so, I work here. So this is my identity I'm thinking. I'm not thinking I am a sub. So I came from the supreme consciousness. I can do anything if I want to do it. That kind of consciousness, I am not actually identifying myself. Only those who overcome that fear, only those who overcome that illusions, then they will be going into the thinker portion. They can control themselves. They can control even death. They can control even the events after the death also. Only when you can control these things, you can control the events after death also. You can you can master your destiny. Whatever the destiny, you can master your destiny. So how you will master your destiny? When you become the intelligence of the triune self. So you are not moved with these physical things. All these physical things are, the doers can be exteriorized in the physical realms, but triune selves are accelerated. They're synchronizing with their thinkers and the knowers. So when the physical time the permits, when you are actually thinkers and knower, you will take the birth only when you wish to take. Not because of your karmic bondage, not because of anything else, you will come back. Not because of your attachments, you will come back. You will come only when you wanted to do something to the earth planet, then only you will become. You will master your destiny. The light of intelligence of the units are the consumption of the time that has to be passed. The intelligences may have nothing to do with the management of the physical. They do not have nothing to do with this physical plane, but they are in touch with the other intelligences that are there in this physical plane, so that they can direct something. There are something. That is why everybody says, when Einstein or any scientific people, they got the ideas, they got some inventions only when they are asleep, when they are because that time only they got all these ideas, because there are some of the higher selves also trying to help you out. when you wanted to do something, inventions. So that you will accelerate your things, whatever that you are trying to do it, right? You can accelerate and you will be able to do it. The human beings themselves cause the acceleration or a retardation. You can accelerate or retard. Depends on your thinking again, the time of your re-existence and what they think and what they are embedded, how they act in the relation to his thinking. All this depends on the thinking, how you are thinking. That determines the factor whether you are actually accelerating your growth or whether you are actually retarding your physical growth. The human hastens his return. Some of the people hastens his return to see the facts they are. Oh, I did not do anything. Let's go back. Immediately they may come back. In that case, his duties without the hope. His duties without the hope, without any reward. You will have that fear. You will have the disadvantage because you didn't properly took rest. So in that case, these ideals may not be able to attain far ahead of their attainment. They will not attain their goals soon. The time for the return is delayed when the human sees only the part of the facts and longs things to be different. Suppose he sees that I want this environment should be there in the earth. So he didn't see on the earth that kind of environment. Okay. Suppose I say when the girls and boys are treated equally for everywhere, then only I want to born. That's how I thought in this lifetime, because I was not given equal opportunity on par with men. Let us take. So only that time only I can come back, because that is where I am just manifesting, right? So only when the earth, that kind of things only there, then only he'll come back. Otherwise, if you come in haste and you will have fear, same kind of things, whatever that you happened in the previous life, right? That will only be repeated. When he thinks much of the heaven and hell belongs, right, the more the fear. So without putting much the things, without plotting that, if you plot evil deeds, that's what he's saying. If you plot evil deeds, you'll come back, because you soon realize, oh, you did something, right? Plot evil deeds without doing them will tend to go back soon, because its feelings and thoughts are on the earth. Because of that, they will come back. If you think ideally, when you are in the earth itself, when you are thinking ideally, then you will postpone your return. You will postpone your re-existence. Suppose you want to do some kind of occupation or nothing, that occupation unless it is there, then you cannot come. Otherwise, you will not be able to come on this earth. Sorry. A cobbler is working. Oh, I'm actually doing all this work. An ideal government should be there so that every work will be recognized equally. That is what he is thinking. So when that particular time comes, then only he can re-exist. Otherwise, so such a kind of people, it takes long time to come back again, because his thinking, whatever that he thought on this earth planet, in order to get those existing facts here, may take longer time to this. On the other hand, if you take a pawnbroker or an undertaker or a lawyer, they will never go beyond some ideal things. Whatever it means money, let's do it. That's the facts of the life, right? So this philosophy, with this philosophy, they will not take much time. So they just did it. Okay, that's right. So what is that their thing? They want more money. So they want more money. They can re-exist anytime. They can take up another profession and they can make more money. So that kind of, they are not thinking ideally. So this kind of thinking, when they are there, they will bring back soon. Okay. Generally, the practical thinking and all those people, immediately they will come to the physical plane. When you are thinking ideal thinking, then only you will take a longer time to come back. After death states, ages, eternities, and suffering and bliss can be experienced in a short terms measured by the physical time. If you take the physical time, in the short terms, you will be able to experience all these things. So the doers, in their subjective states, physical time does not exist there. Long or a short periods as measured by the physical time means nothing to them. It's a long or a short, it's nothing. Suppose I want to eat some sweet, let us take. As long as I eat and satisfied, it doesn't matter how much I eat, right? how much I ate. Some people may satisfy with 1 ice cream, some people may satisfy with 10 ice creams. Similarly, here also, when you experience your thing after the death, it doesn't matter how much time you experience. You got that experience is an important thing. So that is depends on the conditions of the doer, certain timings. How much time you want to do it, all the things, it all depends on the time that you wanted to do it. It's better that human beings who have a goodwill and who work for the benefit of others to come back soon. It's better. That's what, who has a goodwill, who wanted to benefit of the others, right? They want, it's better to come back soon. Their return gives at least the opportunities to think and work, thereby accomplish more things. Because they can accomplish things only on this earth planet. So it is better they come back early. So the early return may be bad if the human beings comes into the period for which they are not prepared. Because they wanted to do something ideal, they come back because they want to help the people, but the time is not good. The people are not in that kind. In that case also, it will be bad, because even though you wanted to do something good, nobody is listening to you. So you should come, even the whatever the thoughts, you should come into the right time. Then only you'll be able to do it. Otherwise, you're not able to do it. So those things will be the setbacks. Human beings who come back too soon cannot accomplish their work because they do not spend enough period in the dreamless rest after the end of the heaven period. If they, for the lack of that rest, they may be having unequal to opportunities, unprepared for the events, without vigor or carry out their plans. So they are unfitting in the place where they were there, and they maybe are sometimes maybe more advantages also, that the adverse environments that he is facing also may be advantages that may be happening. So with this, I will stop here. Let me